Good morning or afternoon. I guess it's afternoon, almost afternoon, YouTube. This is Erica from In the Company of Cards. So I just have a couple of quick things. The first is welcome, by the way, welcome back. Thrilled to have you. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. I really appreciate all of it. So I'm going to start to try to do shorter videos because I know that it's hard to watch a whole long thing. I get carried away. So, I'll probably talk about the same number of things, but probably chop them up into shorter videos for ease of watching. So if you see me in the same thing twice, it's because I filmed on the same day. Okay. Two things. First, remember yesterday I read on the shooting down of the crash of the Azerbaijani plane, civilian plane. And if you recall, I seemed as though I was confused, trying to figure out, was this a purposeful thing or not a purposeful thing? If you recall, at the end of the line of five, there was the bouquet, and I was like, what's that all about? Well, come to find out, I was right all the way around. It was an accident, probably. Remember, I ended up saying, yeah, it was an accident, but that there was something shady about it being an accident, kind of like people falling out of windows of, Russian buildings. And so turns out, yeah, it was an accident, but they tried to cover it up because they've had these kinds of accidents in the sky before, and they've been taken to task by the international community, Russia. So trying to avoid that, what happened was that they shot the plane. There was communication between the cockpit and the plane, the cockpit saying, listen, we got shot. Can you give us the coordinates for where we can land the plane? And Russia refused to let them land the plane in their airspace. And so they went down. So they shot them accidentally, but then they didn't let them land so that everybody could be safe. Instead, they were forced to crash and more people died. So you see that, I mean, I'm I was so confused as to why I was confused. And that's why. Originally it started out as perfectly innocent in the sense that it was a mistaken shot, but then for their own ends, Russia exacerbated the problem by forcing the plane to crash, so that they would not be blamed for having shot it down in the first place, which that would be the bouquet. They want to avoid the blame. Let it be the pilot's fault. Let it be somebody else's fault. Anyway, on to the next subject. So, you know how in certain circumstances, um, animals eat their young, or, cannibalism happens in some parts of the world. Well, we are witnessing cannibalism taking place in the Trump camp. Now, you will have heard this, but I'm going to read cards on it because I want to get to the bottom of it. So here's the deal. There is a visa. We know that this is the visa, for example, that Melania came here on and that Musk came here on. It's the H-1B visa. They call it the genius visa. I don't know why Melania got it, but well, we know why Melania got it. But anyway, the genius visa, and it's a visa granted to foreigners, right, who want to come here to settle, and they have something to offer, right? They have some skill, some asset that the United States can take advantage of. Okay. In Silicon Valley, there are a lot of H-1B visa holders, or whatever it's called, HB1, H-1B, something like that, whatever it is. I'll get it right in the caption. A lot of people who hold that visa, and they work in Silicon Valley, which means that they work in tech, right? Now, 45 wants to drastically decrease the number of people who come here from overseas in the first place, right? He wants to do this real chop on immigration across the board. That's what people like Stephen Miller, that sort of dead-eyed Nazi-looking guy, entertainment purposes only, who is again in charge of immigration. Okay, well, that's what he wants, just to eliminate it altogether. Okay. Musk does not agree, nor does Ramaswamy. Remember, both of them, well, certainly, I don't know where Ramaswamy comes from, but certainly he's got an Indian parentage, right? But Musk, we know, comes from South Africa, came here on that H-1B visa. And the two of them say, no, we need more H-1B visa holders to come here. Because, according to Musk, we don't have natively the talent pool in the US to handle the number and the quality and the depth of experience and know-how that tech needs here. So we think we should be taking people from India and Pakistan and all that. Okay. So, okay. Exceptions have been made for visa holders, except that then you have the other Trumpers. People like, drum roll please, we thought she was no longer with us, but she is, Laura Loomer. She, of the 1 million Twitter followers, is losing her mind. And she says that, no, we need to get rid of immigration across the board. We need to do what Stephen Miller says that we need to do. I don't care what kind of talents and gifts and skills these foreigners have, they should not be here. They should not be given that visa. Okay. Now, why would she say that? Well, she says her reasoning is that she says Musk and Ramaswamy are saying that Americans aren't that smart, that our own talent pool is not that deep. But that's not really what she's saying. She's saying that so that Americans will, be upset and say, yeah, because we are smart. Now, what she really means is we don't want those darker skinned, accented people over here. Period. Period. It doesn't matter what the talent pool is and is not here. We will sacrifice the fact that we don't have a talent pool. We'll just not have a talent pool rather than bringing those dark-skinned foreigners over here. So you've got the racist Trumpers on the one hand, and then you also have the racist Trumpers on the other hand, who are the Silicon Valley bros, like Musk and Ramaswamy, who don't like people of color any more than the other ones do, except that they want the tech know-how. So they're willing to make that exception. Well, who's the monkey in the middle here? 45. Why is he the monkey in the middle? On the one hand, he has all of these sort of Trumper supporters, these what they call low information voters. Now, I don't like that term low information because it's very sort of passive voice. It implies that if the information were available, people would avail themselves of it, but we know that's not true. Low information voters are voters who either don't give a damn or get their news from certain places that keep them uninformed. And they do that on purpose. So, but at any rate, those are Trump's base, right? The people who buy, the sneakers and the Bibles and all that. So there's those people, but he has also sucked up to the Silicon Valley bros. A lot of them are in his administration. They are now at odds with these low information Trumpers. All of them are Trumpers, all of them, but they differ on this particular subject. Trump is the monkey in the middle. What is he going to do? So let's look and see. Which side is he going to choose? the mainline, mainstream sneaker buying, Bible buying Trumpers, or the smart tech bro Trumpers. All racist, entertainment purposes only, YouTube. All racist, but having different agendas when it comes to this. Okay, so let's look. What's he going to do? So we're going to use the older man for him. Okay. What's he going to do? Stuck in the middle. But he's not stuck in the middle because, as it happens, he's the second card. There's only one card before him. So let's see what's in the middle. I wonder. Okay. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. This is a problem for 45. We have the garden. That's the public, right? We have 45. We have the card in the middle. He's trapped in a box. He is trapped. If he goes with one side, he loses the other side. If he goes with the other side, he loses the one side. He is trapped in a box. That's Laura Loomer, who has a lot of influence with those, quote, low information voters. Again, trapped, stuck between a rock and a hard place. Okay, very interesting. So you know what let's do? Let's pull some more cards around it and see what we get. So I'm going to pull clarifiers. Okay. While I'm pulling, let me remind you that New Year's Eve, I will be on YouTube Live doing personal readings for an hour or so. So just show up at 4 o'clock Pacific, which is 7 o'clock Eastern, and then whatever your time zone is. Okay, and I'm going to do the full. Okay. All right, so let me remind you, we have the garden, we have the man, Trump, we have the coffin, we have, I think, Laura Loomer and her influence, and we have this mountain. Again, the fact that the coffin is in the middle tells us 45 is trapped in this box between the low information, Bible buying, sneaker buying Trumpers and the tech bros. Okay. So I drew clarifiers on everything. So here's the garden. This is people. This is the public. We have birds, we have clouds, and we have a ring. So this is the public. There's a lot of conversation about this online. This is why I wanted to get this video out, maybe try to beat everybody to the punch. This is a lot of talk and a lot of confusion. And it's going around and around and around. And 45 himself is confused. Oh, I don't know. What do I do? Who do I go with? Okay, here's 45. We have the scythe, we have the lily, and we have the tree. Okay, so here he is. This situation has cut into his peace, cut into his his following, because now they're split over this issue, which messes up his peace and affects his psychological health. I mean, as if we need it any more affected than it already is. Entertainment purposes only. This is problematic for him. Okay, so here he is trapped in a box. He doesn't know which side to go with. Scared, worried, and anxious. These are both the tech bros and the low information voters. These are all his people, right? And he's feeling ganged up on by them. For once, he's not doing the bullying. He's being bullied to pick a side. Gotta love it. Okay. Now, I said this is Laura Loomer. We're going to leave it like that. Um, and we have the stork, we have the older woman, and we have the rider. Okay. Laura Loomer can really rally the troops, the low information troops. And there's a lot more of them than there are tech bros. But of course, the tech bros are the millionaires and the billionaires. But if you add up the low information voters, I mean, I don't know who's got more money, who knows? But this is Laura Loomer sort of rising in the ranks because historic is about positive change, making 45 impotent. I mean, this is the card for passivity. You know, she's ugly. Ugly meaning Laura Loomer, well, in all the ways, but nasty, mean, vitriolic in her speech. He doesn't want that turned against him, so he's going to have to kind of mollify her, right? That's the message. And then here's this last card, which is the mountain. Clarifiers for this are clover, scales, and then the stars. Now, these are nice cards. Um, so that's that mountain. Uh, it came up suddenly. This thing popped up, as a problem for him all of a sudden. And he's really weighing, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I've got to think about the future and whose support I need most. This is the voters. This is the electorate that voted for him. And this is the future. So who will serve him best is what he's got to decide. And then I always, this is my classic spread that I'm known for. So I always pull a final three cards, and I call them the postscript. Like, is there anything else I can say about this? The bouquet, the whip, and the fish. I think he's going to do the cost benefit analysis, and whichever side can financially benefit him the most, that's who he's going to go with. And I don't think that he knows what that is. If you've got like a zillion people and each of them are putting $5 into the plate, that's a lot of money. You don't need a zillion people if you've got billionaires putting a zillion dollars into the plate. So who's he going to go with, Musk or Loomer? That's the question. I think I will put these away and I will look at Musk's trajectory, like what's going, what does his future look like vis-a-vis Trump and this administration? Because this is a big problem. Again, it's cannibalism. Love it. Nothing like a good bloodless cannibalism episode. Uh, okay, so let's look at Elon. Now, Elon, because somebody quarreled with me for using the young man card to represent him. These are my cards, so I will do what I need to do. I am choosing him because he is impetuous. He is sloppy in a lot of ways. Yeah, he's rich and yeah, he's powerful, but he's also very sloppy and impetuous. So I'm going to use the young male energy for him. Think of a 15-year-old boy or 16-year-old boy. I know he's not young. I'm not, I know what's going on, right? I understand he's a man in his 50s, but we're talking about energy. So I am using the young man card for Musk. Don't come for me if you see that and don't like it, because, I'll just disappear you, with a smile. And let's see what are his chances? What does it look like things are going to be for him? Okay. All right, so we're looking for the young man that will stand for the energy of Musk. Because again, energetically, he is sloppy and impetuous and headstrong. I'm going to draw clarifiers, not on everything, but just on a couple of these cards. So we have the clover, we have the clouds, we have Musk, we have the tower, and we have this woman card. Interesting. Not sure who that is. Somebody wanted to come on there and tell me, oh, that queen card is his mother. First of all, there is no queen in Lenormand. So what are you telling me? And yeah, I know he has a mother. She doesn't have a thing to do with this question. So, you can read your cards, I'll read mine, and we'll see where we meet. But my reading is my reading. All right. So I think with the clover, this thing like cropped up all of a sudden, with Laura Loomer coming out and making a big thing out of this. And it's created confusion. Confusion in 45's mind about what the role of Musk and Ramaswamy should be. Because 45 does not want Musk and Ramaswamy to mess things up for him. But now he's like, I don't know, this thing all of a sudden cropped up. Is this what being around Musk is going to be like for me? Trump asks himself. Now the tower, of course, is the government. But what I'm going to do is pull, okay, yeah, okay, got it. All right. So we talked about the clover, we talked about clouds. Here's Musk. We've got the anchor, we've got the sun, but we've also got the coffin. Remember, an anchor can keep you safe or can keep you stuck. Musk is proving to be the albatross around Trump's neck, the anchor around his ankles that isn't going to make him sink. And Trump is aware of this, which means that Musk's time around Trump is numbered. His days are numbered. That's an ending. Okay. So here we have government, we have the rider, we have fish, and we have the whip. 45 needs the government. He needs to send the message to people that the government will run smoothly under him. But that's not what's happening with all of this little bitchy infighting that's going on. So, Musk is a problem. So here we have this older woman, the scythe, the tree, and the letter. The letter is the voters. 45 is beholden to that base. Granted, he's also beholden to the tech bros, but he's really beholden to the base. I'm going to say that this is also Loomer, and that she is the one that ultimately, I mean, he won't realize it, but she's the decider here, to quote George Bush. She's the one who's the decider here. I can cut off your resources. I can cut that tree right down. And all of those roots and all of those leaves and all of those branches, which are the Bible buying, sneaker wearing base, I can cut that right out from under you, unless you do what I say to do. Be racist and be racist all the way. No H-1B visas. We don't want those brown people here. We don't want those people with accents here. No, we don't have the pool of, the brain power here, but that's okay. At least we're white. So I think that Musk's days with 45 are numbered. So that's my video for today. I will see you very soon, maybe even later on today. Who knows? Take care.